Hey guys, welcome back to the Simply Knives YouTube channel. Today we got a review for you, let me change my camera, of the Ganzo I believe it's 759? Yeah, F759M in 440 steel. Ganzo Firebird knife. You guys know the deal with Ganzo. So this is, I guess, one of the knives that they did rip off the design. They ripped it off from Spyderco. I think the Spyderco Delica is what it is a rip-off of. I guess maybe an homage. It's not meant to be a clone. It's its own knife. It's got its differences. But, I mean, let's be real, like, it's supposed to just be the Delica. It's the poor man's Delica, because you can get this for like $10 to $15. And honestly, it's pretty nice, I gotta say. You know, maybe there's a few parts where it's not fitting flush. The pocket clip, it kind of leaves a lot above, you know. So the pocket clip's not the best. I don't even know what this lanyard hold is. I don't know why it would be so far in the middle. But let's go ahead and look at the centering. Centering's not bad. The actual tip of this knife is really good. Despite this, I cannot Spidey flick this. So that's a little irritating. But it's really good for slow rolling. And listen to that sound as it just snaps shut. Yeah, it's a really good sound. Also, it's really satisfying just how flush that comes together. Kind of like pretty comfortable, like closing lock bar. It'll drop shut a little bit. I usually like to keep my finger up top because occasionally it'll drop down like all the way to there and that blade might hit you. And this blade actually is stupid sharp. There is not any sort of a finger choil, and there's actually, I mean, no, sorry, it's the finger choil, but there's no sort of sharpener's choil, and it actually just kind of abruptly stops right there, which, you know, doesn't look amazing, to be honest. But, yeah, I mean, the knife, it's also interesting, because it has the back lock, it'll just snap shut like this, all the way up to like, yeah, all the way up to there. So you gotta be careful if you're shutting it, if your fingers are in the way. But it's pretty easy to one-hand operate. Just make sure your finger's a little bit further up so that it'll stop it, and then push it closed. Get our handy-dandy stack of note cards out. Let me show you guys how freaking sharp this thing is. This thing is very, very slicey. Very thin behind the edge. Yeah, look at that, man. See how close we can get it. Hold on. Let's get even closer. Yeah, so as you can tell, this thing is slicey as heck. We will say slicey as heck. It's, yeah, pretty unbelievable how freaking sharp this thing is. Let me just throw those over to the side. Really easy to one-hand operate. Ergonomics, I mean, you can hold it like this, I guess. If you're holding it without your finger choked up, the pocket clip's not fun on your finger for your left hand. You can position the pocket clip, tip down, tip up, left hand, right hand, which is pretty nice. If you're doing it this way, I don't know. You feel like you need to have your finger up on this choil almost. And you can, but there's just so much like open space here that it's not as comfortable for maybe your middle finger. Let's see, the thumb hole, it's oval shaped, so not as comfortable as, say, the Spidey hole normally would be. You also have like a little bit of a snag there that can be kind of annoying. This is incredibly nitpicky. Like, it's not uncomfortable to open at all. And this thing, $10 to $15, it's insane. If you ever wanted to feel what like a Spyderco Delica might feel like, it's definitely worth paying like $10 to $15 to feel what it might feel like. The FRN scales, they are only going in one way, whereas on the Spyderco version, on the top, they are positioned facing like the other way, so that the raised part is facing towards the middle. It gives you more grip. So they're facing like this. So if you're going up this way, there's way more grip than if you're going kind of with them. There's not as much. But it's very grippy. Fun to play with. Incredibly slicey. Cannot Spidey flick it, but can't complain either for $10 to $15. You're likely going to find it for $15 now. I think it used to be $10, but I think you'll get it for $15 now. I don't think you'll get it for less, unless you see like $13. Yeah, so overall, really, really good knife for the price. You can knock it because it's stealing a design. But considering, you know, the quality and the fact that it's fun and so slicey behind the edge and price, that is where you can't knock it. So you can get one if you want. I think it's obvious that Ganzo ripped this off. I don't think they're really trying to hide that. But I do like this knife a lot. I especially just really like the sound of when it locks. So nice. And even the closing sound is kind of nice. Yeah. So anyways, that's my review of this knife. Hope you guys have a good rest of the day. Peace.